interesting thing about getting into meditation in America in the 21st century is that it's kind of like a self-care regimen, and it's been kind of removed from its traditional Asian religious context, which you could see that as positive because a whole bunch of people couldn't get into it. You know, a whole bunch of people who wouldn't normally be like, well, I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not into this, and they get into it, and that's wonderful. And Buddhism may be uniquely, or let's say the meditative and religious practices of Buddhism may be uniquely suited for this, for various reasons unique to Buddhism. The shadow side of that is that all of these beautiful practices, more devotional practices, chanting, offerings, making the home a sacred space, all of these that are actually part and parcel of most religious traditions all over the world gets left behind. For me personally, I am a religious Buddhist, and I joke that I have I'm a card-carrying religious Buddhist. I don't actually have a card, but a traditional way of kind of orienting yourself in a traditional Buddhist context, we talk about the three jewels. Has anybody in this room not heard of the three jewels? All right. Three jewels, also called the triple gem. This is a traditional Buddhist way of formulating the Buddha, the teachings, and the community. So a jewel in the ancient world, you can imagine how valuable a jewel would be, like a sacred gem, like this beautiful, like a giant ruby or diamond or something. So this thing of great value, the Buddha is considered this person of great value, even if he's a completely ordinary human, which he was, and just happened to be this guy who got really good at being calm and compassionate all the time, and he's an example. But that is a valuable thing. And for someone like me, orienting myself to an awareness of and a mindfulness of the Buddha, the teachings, and the community, which is y'all, whether you like it or not, and anyone I come in contact with, these are three places where awakening, learning, beauty happen. So when I leave the house, the first time I leave the house every day, I have a shrine at home, and I stop, and I just gather myself, and I feel my whole body and breath. And I mentally, or usually verbally, if quietly, if the kids are asleep, I chant Namô, Tassa, Bhagavatô, Arahatô, Sammâ-Sambuddhassa, which translates roughly to, I bow to the fortunate one, the worthy one, the fully self-awakened one. Now, on some level, this is the Buddha, right? Obviously. But on another level, this is his example, just the example that somebody could so transform their habitual compulsive way of living that they could live from a place of total freedom and compassion all day, every day. And then on another level, this is talking about me. Never forget that you are that Buddha. Buddha just means awake. So that part of you that is awake to every moment, that is the Buddha. So that's a Pali chant. It's very ancient. It's from the time when people would actually formally take the Buddha as their teacher, and they would say this to him. And then I take the refuge in the triple gem, the three jewels, Buddham, Dhammam, Sangham, sharanam, gacchami. And then I mentally, or then I say, may all beings be happy. May all beings be safe and healthy. May all beings live in peace and ease. And the kind of unspoken thing that I'm doing is, please help me not be a super big knucklehead all day, because I'm leaving the house and now the world has to deal with me. So it's just a way of kind of orienting myself to my highest values and the way I want to present in the world all the time.